Now we are going to go ahead and make the couch. We might redo the counter video later, I don't know, because it did take longer than I wanted it to because it messed up. So I might end up redoing that clip later, but I'm going to end up just posting that clip up now anyways, and if I want to redo it later, I'll redo it later. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get on to making the couch. And the couch is easy. You can do that a few ways. You can make a love seat, a couch, or whatever. And the couch shouldn't be too hard, because all we're going to do with the couch is going to create, first thing we're going to do is create a cube. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to turn snapping off. We're going to bring it over here to by where we want it. And we're going to scale it down on the Z to make, this is going to be the cushion. And scale it down on the Z some more, because the cushions aren't that big. If you wanted to, it's not really a necessity, but if you wanted to, you can go to sculpt, no, not sculpt, edit mode, grab this, and kind of do it like that, or you can even grab this one and do it like, don't do it, why isn't it doing it? Should freaking close them in, I don't know why it's not doing it. Oh, do you know why? Because it's grabbing all the faces, that's why. I meant to grab just one face. But you can do it like this, or you can grab this one and come up like this, and just kind of bring that down, and then it'll come over here to proportional editing, go to move, and it'll just kind of move it up a little bit, because cushions are never flat, they're always kind of up a little bit. You kind of move the cushion up a little bit. If you wanted to make it a little bit more detailed, you could go edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo, highlight all of it, go to right click, go to subdivide, add subdivision to it. But a lot of times subdivision it adds more geometry, and a lot of times that can, if you have too much geometry, that can kind of lag your game. But there's a way to get rid of geometry, but like this, you can grab this, and then you want to make it to maybe like that. That maybe. And you can kind of bring it up a little bit. Not that much, because the cushion's not like that. I just want a big old pillow or something. Like that. Kind of find where you want it to be. And then there could be a little cushion or whatever. And then to get rid of geometry is what you do. You come over here, you go back to edit, highlight them all. I'll go back to X-ray mode, highlight them all, and then you go to unsubdivide, and as you can see, it cut some of the verts away. But we're just going to do a regular flat cushion. Those are just some examples and other things you can do with your cushion, but we're just going to do it like this. But anyways, once we get the cushion made, I think that will be right size. We can always resize it once I get some more cushions made. But the easy way to get multiple cushions, depending on like how many you want to do, if you want to do a love seat or a couch, you come over here to add modifier, and we're going to add an array. And as you can see, it is on the X at 1. So we want to take that down to 0. And then we want to move this. Well, it depends on which way you want to go. We can move the cushion over there or whatever, but you want it to go. We can actually smooth the case. I'm going to go positive. Go negative. Go to 1. And then you don't want, because cushions aren't like right next to where they are, but they're kind of like a little bit apart. So we're going to want to do 1.05. And that might look like it might be good. You can, depending on how far apart you want them to be, you can pick whatever how far you want apart you want them to be. I'm gonna do a little bit lower, maybe 2. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna do 2. We're gonna actually scoot this down a little bit, and then we're going to add another one. Now all we need to do is kind of size this one the way we want it to be. Do you know what we didn't do though? One thing we didn't do is we didn't actually kind of, actually no, we can do that now because it's already loaded into the game. We're going to do a quick size check on the counter. But then again, like I said, we might be making the counter again later anyways, but it's nice to do a size check to see. We probably could actually make the counter a little bit taller too. Yeah, maybe I will make the counter and make it a little bit taller. This is about half. Oh, maybe not. Let me see. How am I? Oh, maybe not. It's about half. That's where a counter probably stands on you. Is about half. I think. Maybe not even half. Maybe a little less than half. So that might be good. Maybe not. Maybe we don't need to resize that. Okay. So that might be good for the couch too. Let me see. Let me look at a couch. So we want the couch to be, well, first we got the cushion. We're going to take the cushions here. We're going to actually turn off the wall. And we're going to come down here, add another object real quick. We'll mess around with the cushions more in a minute. We're going to grab this, turn snapping on. We're going to bring it over here like this. Bring it down, bring it up. Go to edit mode. Grab this, snap it over there. We can turn proportional editing off. You'll need that on. And then now we're going to turn the snapping off. And we're going to bring it up a little bit. Next, we're going to go to object mode, turn snapping back on, and we're going to bring this all the way down. I was going to snap on the cushions, really. Okay, we're going to grab this first, snap that there, then grab that, and then snap that there. There you go. The the couch is way over here. There you go. And we probably, because I think the couch total would probably be about half also. So we don't want the couch any higher than the counter. So we go to edit mode, turn off proportional editing. We're going to bring this down a little bit like that. Maybe like that. Go back to edit mode, and we're going to bring, we're going to bring these down a little bit because we want it to where there is legs on it. Right there, maybe. And then we're going to go add another cube. You probably could, because we're not gonna do the same way we did the counter. We did the way we're gonna do this or whatever. Because unless you do some kind of cloth couch or something like that you want some kind of design cloth. But we're probably just gonna do a straight colored couch. So don't really need to. But if you want to, you can do the same way, same technique, is get the outline of the couch made and then do the cutting thing or whatever. But we're probably just gonna have a straight colored couch. My couch is black, so we're probably just gonna do that maybe. And this goes down. And this goes over. This goes over like that. Then we want to bring this in. Is that far enough? The back isn't too big. Turn snapping off. That's kind of annoying me right now. So there's the back. Now we're just going to duplicate this. Shift D. We're going to scoot this over. Turn snapping back on. Put it right there. Turn snapping off. Go to edit. Right like that. Oops. And grab that top one, and then this is arm. So we want this to go maybe about half the back. First, we actually want to see where the back is. We don't want the back bigger. We're going to go back to edit, object, and I'll grab this, edit, snapping, and we're going to grab this. You don't want the back any bigger than the counter, because that's probably about halfway. We probably could have it a little bit bigger, maybe. No, because I think counters are normally bigger than couches anyway, so that would be a good size right there. And then we're going to come back over here to the arm. grab the arm, edit, turn off snapping, and we're going to bring the arm down a little bit. And then I think we're going to go back to object. We're going to make stretch this out a little bit. Turn snapping on. Grab to object, Shift D. Go back to that, edit, and then we're going to bring this over like that. And there we have a couch. Like I said, you could do the technique. You could just, because there's the cushions will remain different, but you'll combine them to it, so you don't really need to do. And they're all the exact same size, anyways. So this you won't need to mess with. But if you want to do the same technique, is what you do. You just take the cushions, move those out of the way, and then do a copy or do the cutout of the couch or whatever. And that's all you would really need to do. And then once you get the cutout of the couch done, you would have a nice couch that actually have good texture. And then another thing you can do with the couch too is we'll come over here, grab this, this, and this. And you can do it with the cushions also. But you probably don't really need to do it with the cushions, but you can go to Control J, and then you can come back over here to add modifier, and then do a remesh. And then as you can see, because I would only recommend this if you're doing the couch the same color. Which actually I might even do this. We're gonna do the same color couch, and not do a cloth on this one. But 0.02, put that 0.02, kind of rounds out. Probably can do a little bit. No, we can do it like that. But now we have a couch that's completely meshed together. So all that stuff is completely meshed together, and now if you go to apply and go to edit mode, as you can see, it has a lot of geometry to it. So what you can do is then you can come back to sculpt mode and it's kind of sculpt. Actually, we're going to do it big. We're going to change the radius. I'm just going to do a quick thing over the whole entire couch. If you want, you can turn the strength down a little bit and it won't bring it down as much. But I'm just going to do it like this. I mean, it doesn't look too bad like that. And then there you go. You have the couch. If you go back to object mode, we'll bring this down. It's kind of hard to snap it too once you do that though, so kind of remember that also. But then there you go. Now you have a couch that would be good with one color. Like I said, you don't want, when you do this, you don't want to add multiple colors because it just kind of stretches it out. But I think that looks pretty good. Now we'll go back to this. We're going to go ahead and add a new color. We do have, there you go. We're just going to call this couch. Black. We'll grab that. We'll change that to couch color. And you can also do that to this too. Like do it separately to the cushions. So if you come over here, you don't want to. If you did the remesh with this, it's just gonna add the cushions like combined to the couch. I guess you could do that because some couches do have cushions literally stuck into the couch. But another thing you do is go to apply this array, and then you come over here to add a remesh to this. But then it gets rid of the slots. You need to go to 0.0, we're going to do 0.01 on this one. I don't think, okay, yeah. And then there you go. But it'll also be the same thing. It will add a bunch of geometry to it and all that. But let's go ahead and get rid of the geometry of the couch. Get rid of some of the geometry on the couch. Go to X-ray mode. Now if you highlight all of it and go to right click and do unsubdivide, as you can see, it cut the geometry down, but it didn't change the shape. If you do it too much, it will start messing with the shape of it. As you can see, it's a little bit more pixelized or whatever once you start cutting it down, because the less verts, the more pixel it will be. But let me see, let's go back one. Edit, undo. And see, it still looks a little pixelized, but not that bad. So we might just do it at this one right here. Okay, now I think that looks pretty good. And then, like I said, you can do that to the cushion too. We're not going to do that to the cushions on ours. You can also do that to the cushions and kind of round the cushions out. And now we need to build. What else do we need to do? I think we just need to build the legs for it now, right? What kind of legs shall we make is the question. We could make, first I'm just going to go, I'm going to do this an easy way. Add a mesh, either a cube or a cylinder type leg. We'll go and do a cylinder type leg, I guess. Turn snapping on, bring it over here, bring it down there. Scale it all the way down, bring it back down here. We're going to bring it over here, scale it down some more. Bring it over here. Now we're going to just make this easy and add a couple arrays. And turn this one down to 0. And do negative 10. Okay, not high enough. Right there, go to the other array. Turn snapping off so I can scoot in a little bit. Okay. So there are the legs. Now if we wanted to, we could kind of edit around a little bit. Do Control R, add that. And then we'll do a scale, kind of scale it in a little bit. Bin Control R, we'll come down to another snap, scale it in a little bit, even more. And then we'll go ahead and grab this edge and we'll scale this in just a tiny bit. We'll grab this one and we'll scale this one in a tiny bit. apply, and apply, and there you go. Now we got legs for our couch. I'm going to go ahead and color these wood. Or you can even do metal, wood or metal, or whatever you want to do really. I think there's plastic legs and couches. I'm going to do mine wood. There you go. And now we have a couch with some legs. Now we need to build a TV and an entertainment center. We're going to take this couch because this is a little close to where the TV is going to be. I don't want to put it together yet. You know, I'm going to put this and this together. Control. Hold on, what do I got? Where is it at? Where is it at? I'm going to name this couch. Go to couch. And then the legs. Make sure the couch is the main highlighted one. Control J, and there you go. Now the legs are inside the couch. We're going to grab this and this. And we're going to scoot it back to maybe right about there. And turn the walls on. And then, not the roof right now. Turn the walls on. Might be a little too far back. We'll see. And it might be a little far back. We'll have to see. When we get the TV made, the table made. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring this in and size check it. And hopefully it looks good so I don't have to redo the couch. I need to start resizing it as I go so I don't get it all done, go in, and then it's still need to redo it. Let's go delete the small house, get that in. Now let's go and take a look at our couch. She's about as big as one cushion. You can stand over the couch, kind of. I don't think that looks too bad. Probably could make it a little bit taller, though. We'll know for future references. Oh, we'll only make another couch plate. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. We'll do all this stuff when we make a new house is what we'll do. I'm just going to leave even the counter. I'm just going to leave the counter the way it is, and we'll just kind of learn as we go, so I'm not wasting too much time on this single house, and we'll just make new stuff as we make new houses, and that's how you learn and get better. But anyways, here is our counter. Here is our couch. I don't think it looks too bad, though. I mean, it looks a little small. To be honest, we probably could just come to this right here. I don't know if it's going to work for the cushions, though. Could probably grab the couch and the cushions and scale it up. Okay, it does work for the kitchen. Okay, for the cushions. You probably could scale it up a tad like that. Actually, I want to go get rid of the walls. Yeah, see the legs went into the ground. There you go. Now let's take a look at it with a little bit bigger size. So maybe all I need to do is that to kind of resize it. Let's go turn the walls back on. Go to overhead view. Go to export, FBX, export it out, back to Unity. Delete this. And then bring it back in. Now let's go take a look at it. Okay, that does look bigger. It looks a little bit better. I do like that. I think that looks nice. Now I just need to get a character with an animation to sit down and I can sit on my couch. I'll have to mess around with something like that later. But now, we need to do the TV, the entertainment center, and the table, and then maybe the bed before I end this stream. I think. I don't know. We'll see, man. I also still want to do the toilet and the sink, but the toilet is a bitch and a half. The bed will be easy. We'll do maybe a nightstand in here, and maybe we'll even do a lamp. We'll do maybe some ceiling lights too, so we can put some lights in our house, some lighting through this game, so we can walk in and maybe even add. We could even add, if you wanted to, we could even add a light switch so you can hit the button and turn the light switch on and off. There's so many things we can do. But anyways, I think I'm going to end this clip here. And we'll go on to making the TV and entertainment center. So I will see you on the next clip.